Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Ankush here from Malif Consulting. Welcome in our Azure Bot Service video. In this video, we will be going to talk about Azure Bot Service, how we can create it and what are the benefits, right? So here is the agenda of this video. So we will be going to talk about the basic introduction and we're going to have the overview. We will be going to understand Azure Chatbot flow. We will be going to know what is the advantage, what are the capabilities there, how we can build a bot, what are the right bot solution we have, and at the end I would be going to show you a little demo with how your bot service looks like in Azure and what are the few configurations which can be taken care uh, when you are integrating with the other services as well, right? So let's quickly jump to the overview. So both service and experience that feel like using a computer or more like dealing with a person or an intelligent robot. You can use robot to shift simple and repetitive tasks such as taking a dinner reservations, gathering profile information, onto the automated system that may no longer require a direct human intervention. User conversation with bot using a text, interactive cards, and the speech. A bot interaction can be a quick answer to a question or a involved conversation that intelligently provide access to the service, right? So as we can see, whenever we basically browse certain banking app services or we provide certain service provider, we can see there is a pop-up came in at the right side from the bot, from the person, and it's look like that something has been completely come from a person, but in the back end that's a completely a bot service which that organization is using to respond you on your certain queries without having the human intervention. With this one, it's an automated way of processing the queries and helping and supporting your customer. The one way to think of a bot is a web application that has a conversations interface. Your user connect to your bot through a channel such as a Facebook, Slack, Microsoft Team, or a custom application, right? So this is the way, and this is how your user can connect with the bot, right? Depending on how the bot is configured or how it's integrated with the channel, interaction can be in a text or in a speech or can include an image or video. The bot process that user input to interpret what the user has asked for or said. Bot evaluates the input and perform the relevant tasks such as ask the user for additional information or access service on behalf of the user. The bot responds to a user to let them know what bot is doing or has done. So this is how the whole process work, like how exactly interaction is there, how user give the input and how bot responds to that specific input which has been received from the end user. Now this is how the chat flow looks like. So we have the conversation app and the bot where input and output has been given by user and the bot, and in the back end we have a device and channel from where it interaction is happen. And then at the same time, if we really want to have the integrated bot service with the other services, we can have that integrated with the other services as shown in this diagram at the right side. So first is the first channel from where user put any question that come to the response gatherations. That's where that information has been sent to the channel, and from the channel basically the input has been basically processed in base of in the information like a text, video, or audio, and then the same way input recognition is happen and the response is given back to the end user. So that's how the whole process work. Now what are the advantage of the chatbot, right? Round the clock support even after the deployment, easy integration with the multiple platform, increased customer interaction to foster brand loyalty, superior cognitive feature are taking customer engagement to the another level, high accuracy rate while replying to even a complex customer queries, no holidays, no downtime, no sick leave. Chatbot can work 24 into 7 365. Reduction in recurring expenses, only a one time cost. free up your personal or your personal person for other essential tasks, a wide range of customized bot to choose from, only a few weeks required for design and deploy the bot. So these are all the advantage which is there when you're using a bot service. Now, what are the capabilities we have? So Azure Bot Service and the bot framework include the Azure framework SDK for developing the bot in C Sharp, Java, Script, Python, and Java. Singular tool for help with end-to-end bot development. Bot connector service which relay the message and event between bot and channel. Azure resource for bot management and the configuration, right? These are the capabilities there. Additionally, bot may use the other Azure services such as the cognitive services to build intelligent application, Azure storage for a cloud storage solution. So all of these capabilities are there with the Azure bot service. How to build the bot, right? So Azure Bot Service and a Microsoft Bot Framework offer a integrated set of tools and services to help you to design, build bot through all the stage of bot lifecycle. SDKR exists for C Sharp, Java, JavaScript, TypeScript, and the Python. Choose your favorite deployment environment or command line tool to create the bot. So this is how it's happened. You first have to plan it, you have to build it, you have to test it, you have to publish it, then and then you have to connect it with the other channels, and then from there you can evaluate it. Now if you really need to rebuild it, then you can follow the same path again. What are the right chatbot solution we have? So a chatbot is an application that has been written or a spoken natural language as a user interface. In other word, a conversation that mean through the which question are answered, right? Requests are served as so on. So the chatbot is nothing like, it's just the application that has written or spoken the natural language as a user interface, and it looks like when you're using a chatbot with your application, or is there and if someone is using a chatbot integrated with their support system, it's really look like that someone as a backend, as a human, is replying to that specific question which you has been raised. But in reality, that's a completely a chatbot where the automated process has been done. Cognitive services has been used to respond to your specific question or the complex operation. The following table listed the Microsoft product and services for building bots, who they support, and a brief description, right? So we have a four types of product with the Microsoft bot services. First is Power Virtual Agent, which is a fusion team and citizen developer audience are there. What is the description for this? Power Virtual Agent is an end-to-end bot building tool within a natural language understanding model, data connectivity through Power Automate, and support for multi-channel. The second one we have is Bot Framework SDK. It's specifically used for developer, provide a framework for building a bots, including tools, templates, and relevant AI services. The third one we have is a Health Bot. It's basically for a healthcare organization, provide a support for healthcare organization. Health Bot help you to build and deploy the complaints AI powered virtual health assistant and the health bot. So these are the solutions we have on the Azure. Now let's quickly jump to the demos. In demo, I would be going to show you how exactly you can go ahead and deploy a bot service on Azure and what are the basic configuration you can done. So although I already have deployed one bot services on Azure, but let me show you how you can deploy a service. So you just need to click on a create resource. It will be going to open a new tab, and here you can search for Azure bot. As soon as you search for Azure bot, there would be first services. Like as I told you, we do have a multiple services. We do have a Azure Health Bot, we have a Azure Bot, and then we do have a SDK services which we can use as a solution. So in our cases, I'm just using the Azure Bot, right? The first one. So you just need to click on the bot. You need to specify the bot handle name, in which resource group it's going to be, what are the data residency is, it's going to be a regional, it's going to be a global, what is the plan you need to uh, require, and then you need to create the app. Microsoft app ID basically is required to create the bot services, right? That's something you can do it. Either you want to use the multi-tenant app ID or the single tenant, or you want to use the user managed identity, or if there is any existing app is there, you can use that as well, right? So all of these configurations, I can say the parameter you have to fill it, and then you would be able to create the bot services. Now once your bot services is created, this is how it look like, right? So you have the overview where you can see what are your servicing tier is, what is your messaging endpoint is, right? And then you can go into profile, you can upload your display name, you can upload your icon, you have the configurations, you have a configuration option there where you can specify the endpoint, you can specify the other informations like which is their app tenant and things like that. And then you have a channel option where you can basically integrate it with the other channels as well. So as of now it's a web chat only, but are plenty of other channels are available which you can integrate it, right? And then you have a pricing options where you can basically to change the SQ of your bot service as well. And then the first one of the option which is a very good here is the test in web chat, which allows you to test your bot application within this Azure portal, so that you don't need to integrate it with the Azure portal. And then we do have a networking option, and we do have the encryption option as well within the bot services. Well, that's it in this demo. I hope you like this video. If you like, please click on like and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and feel free to reach us if you have any questions. Thank you.